So, Four of Swords is the overall energy. And surrounds the entire reading. You're both going through healing, both of you. You're both seeking advice from the universe about this whole thing. It's very spiritual. It's about meditating, praying, or just soul searching for truth and clarity about this relationship. That surrounds your whole reading. Up here in your highest energy, the Ten of Pentacles, Pisces. So, this is what you wanted. You wanted a grounded, stable, secure relationship. You probably wanted a commitment. You might have wanted a family with this card. This is a very nice card, but I just don't feel like it was happening because you're not together. And I have the Knight of Wands right next to the Ten of Pentacles. So this is an in and out of your life energy. So I feel like that's what they did. They ran in and out. They were not stable. They were not secure. They were not committable. Male or female. They were running in and out of your life, without a care in the world, without even thinking about how it might affect you. That's what the Knight does of Wands. So they run in with the Staff of Fresh Starts and New Beginnings, and they run out with the Staff of Passion. Sort of like, a player card, so to speak. Next to the Knight of Wands is the Page of Pentacles in your highest energy. Page of Pentacles, you are examining this whole situation about why it was not becoming committed or grounded, or that there was no agreement for monogamy or anything like that. There just wasn't any offers. There was nothing going down, nothing secure. So the Page of Pentacles, you're looking at that pentacle as if it's a crystal ball, and you're trying to see the future in that pentacle as they run in and out of your life. So under the Ten of Pentacles, in your highest energy, I'm reading this Knight of Cups, you're thinking about making them an offer. You're thinking about coming forward. You're thinking about offering, a truce or some kind of a compromise for this relationship. You love them. This is a sincere offer that you're thinking about doing. Right now, you are healing. Right now, you are just contemplating all the truth and clarity about this while you think about it, okay? I have the Sun on the other side of the Four of Swords, and right under the Page of Pentacles. This is fresh starts and new beginnings with lots of love, lots of joy. This is a beautiful card. This is what you're praying for. This is what you're hoping for. You also just might be hoping they come back, that they will come back and offer a couple of, being that the Sun is on the other side of that Four of Swords. So, let's keep reading. Their highest energy is the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups has a fish in it, so that can be a card for Pisces. So I think they're thinking about you. I think they're thinking of making an offer to you, because it's right below the Knight of Cups. They're thinking about making a sincere love offer. They really are. So this is what you're hoping for. They're thinking about it. You're on their mind. Can't get you off their mind. But they are in this place of trying to seek the truth, seek the clarity about this whole thing before they ever come forward. So they need to know what they're doing is what they really want to do. So I have the Two of Swords under the Four of Swords and right next to the Page of Cups. This is like they're blocking their heart. They don't want to be hurt. Their guard is up. They kind of like their lifestyle, but on the other hand, they love you. They have a blindfold on. So they're really wondering if they really want to deal with, actually, all this healing, for one thing. They don't like being there because it hurts their heart. And, making you that offer. So they're kind of like blocking, not wanting to deal with making that offer. I have the Eight of Cups right next to the Two of Swords. And right under the Sun. I think they're the ones that walked away from this relationship, even though they're the ones that were running in and out. It's like maybe they ran out and just didn't go back. So they turned their back on the love. They turned their back on the feelings that they had for you because they didn't want to deal with it. That's why they left. They did not want to deal with their feelings. They don't want to deal with love. They don't want to get hurt. That is the main thing that's going on here. Let me see how this all shakes out. Take out the second part of this reading. I do have the Arcanum deck here, and I will take one of these cards as a clarifying card at the very end of this reading. Wow. Okay. Queen of Wands. Right up in your highest energy. This is your energy, holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. You have a lot of passion for this person. As a matter of fact, I think you're just normally a passionate person about when it comes to things that you love. This is fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that might be strong in your chart or their chart, or around the reading. But you're wondering if there is a future. You do still have passion for this person. Remember, they would run out with the staff of passion. I think the two of you had a very passionate relationship. I have the Queen of Pentacles next to the Queen of Wands. You're looking at the Pentacles. Second biggest pentacle in the deck is the Queen of Wands. Of Pentacles. And this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But, yeah, you have your eye on the Pentacles. So, if they want to have a fresh start and new beginning with you, you need this to be more grounded. You're not putting up with that Knight of Wands energy. It wasn't serving you. And so you really need some kind of groundedness and security in this relationship. So you're healing. I got the Star card right next to the Queen of Pentacles. You're in deep healing. This is a card for Aquarius, the card for Aquarius. So Aquarius might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. But the Star, you are healing. And you're healing right down to your bare bones. You're seeing your own reflection. And it's like remembering what you want, what you don't want from life. And that's why you're looking at that pentacle. You're like, no, you're not coming back unless you can be grounded. That, this in and out of my life thing is not working anymore. You're healing to your bare bones. Very spiritual. So, remembering the essence of who you are. Very deep healing. So who you are is a very passionate person who wants a fresh start, new beginning. And you also want a committed and grounded relationship. And that's how your whole line started with that Ten of Pentacles. I have the Nine of Cups right under the Queen of Wands. The Nine of Cups is, you have a lot of love for one thing, okay? It's sitting on a shelf. You're very passionate. That must be frustrating for you. And also it's about wishes coming true. And it's right next to the sun. There really could be a fresh start and new beginning with this person. Let's just keep reading. Next to the Nine of Cups is the Ace of Swords. Truth and clarity through conversation. Right under the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I think that you're going to be you'll be in contact. I don't know if they're contacting you or you're contacting them. There's going to be a discussion about where this relationship should go if they want to continue or try again on this relationship. You may just have a discussion about, that you have to have a relationship that is grounded and committable, The Ace of Swords is right next to the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is right under the Star card. This is disappointment in love. Yeah, you're disappointed. 3 spilled cups. Maybe they've only ran in and out 3 times. But there's 2 full cups right behind you. So this is a card of hope. Really. Even though you're looking at the disappointment, it is a card of hope. Hope and love. Right under all that healing. Right next to this truthful and honest conversation. Maybe a lot went unsaid that will be said. I have the Ten of Wands in their highest energy, right under the Nine of Cups. They have a lot of love too. But to them, that love is a burden. To them, they don't really want to hand it out. That's why they walked away from it. They were afraid they were going to be hurt if they were to confess their love or go any further in this relationship. But the Ten of Wands, there's no 11, so they will be putting down the wands. I'm not sure if they're going to be handing out their cups of love or not, but they are going to put down the burden that they carried on, just sitting on those cups of love, And this Ten of Wands, which they are going to put down that heavy burden, it was very heavy on them. That's why they left the relationship. Temperance. Temperance is right next to the Ten of Wands, right under the Ace of Swords. And Temperance is their guardian angels and spirit guides. They're all around them. I should say your person. Sounds like him. So, it's whoever your person is. So, they're mixing this potion back and forth, back and forth. They're trying to get this person balanced. They're trying to get them patient. They're trying to get them grounded. They have one foot in the water of emotion, and they have one on the ground. They need both their feet on the ground to make informed decisions and moving forward. They really want them to get balance and to have patience. And, a lot of it's coming from this conversation. There's going to still be a conversation between the two of you. And it is going to include some type of groundedness, commitment. Temperance really wants them to get grounded. And also, they need to be grounded for this conversation for sure, because this is a serious conversation that involves your life and theirs. So they're trying to help them handle this correctly. They want them to put down this burden. They think love is a burden. But, you have been a part of their spiritual lesson. I have the Judgment card right next to Temperance. There's our guardian angels and spirit guides twice, right in a row. The Judgment card is about learning a spiritual lesson and waking up to it. So they need to be grounded. They need to be patient. They need to learn their spiritual lesson and wake up to it. And what they got to wake up to is that not all cups of love get spilled. They think they do. There's 2 full cups behind that figure. And their spiritual lesson is not all cups get spilled. A lot do, but not all of them. And so they want them to see the hope in love. Now, I cannot tell you for sure if they're coming back. All I can tell you now is that their guardian angels and spirit guides are really working on them. They're afraid of commitment. They're afraid that they're going to get their heart broken if they were to make that offer. Maybe this card will tell us. This is the clarifying card from the Arcanum deck, and it goes right between the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. If one comes out, that's the card. If not, I'll draw a card. The Empress. The Empress. What a beautiful card that is. Okay. You're a lovely person inside. You are kind and thoughtful and respectful and generous and loving, and I can go on and on with all the beautiful qualities you have. If you're a parent, you're an excellent parent. The Empress, male or female, goes right here. You deserve to have someone in your life with a lot of those same qualities as you. Now, they have work to do on themselves. They may end up coming back. They know that you're the Empress. They see you as the Empress. But they have to get their act together. It's them that they don't trust. It's them that needs to... they need to learn. They need to trust themselves in making decisions as far as love goes. And I don't think they do trust themselves. And they're afraid to hand out that love. So right now they're going through a spiritual lesson. And I'm hoping they come back if that's what you want. If not, I wish I could answer this for you. I just feel like right now they're trapped into a spiritual lesson. And that's where they are. They do think about you all the time. They think about you. That's all that's on their mind. But they need to learn the spiritual lesson before they can come forward with that cup of love. So I'm feeling like it might be a little while, and that's why the cards aren't picking up on it, and that this will happen because, guardian angels and spirit guides, they have a lot of power over people in getting them to learn lessons in that. So I feel like this is like 6 months out. My readings don't go past 6 months. So I'm figuring it's past 6 months that they will return because they're still in the middle of their lesson.